Yo, what is up, everybody? You know who it is. It is LHC. And we are just a month away from getting Marvel's Wolverine, the game, and boy, am I excited. This is probably the most anticipated game I've had in a very long time. For some background, I'm the biggest, Marvel nerd. My favorite games of all time are Marvel Ultimate Alliance, the X-Men Legend games. Pretty much any game that Marvel pops out, I'm gonna be playing, man. And Wolverine is one of my favorite characters. And considering we're apparently not getting the Blade game anytime soon, this is all I got to look forward to. Okay, so when this game was announced back in 2020, man, I was so hyped. And low key, they need to stop announcing games so early, far away from release, because it just drives me batty. Because now you're telling me the past 5 years, I've been looking forward to just playing one game, and it just drives me crazy, bro. And I can't enjoy other games because I'm like, oh, I'm waiting on Wolverine to come out. But man, we've seen so many snippets, man. I believe just last week, they released the extra extended gameplay footage that of the sections of the game that the creators got to play and other YouTubers. And let me tell you, they just don't disappoint. I've not seen anything of this game that I dislike. And which is crazy because apparently everybody has something negative to say about this game for whatever reason. But ultimately, man, I'm hyped in. I guess first we're gonna go off on the story and some things that are kind of controversial. First off, the X-Men aren't a thing in this. I'm not necessarily mad about that. Just find it odd. I get they're gonna build up towards it, obviously, because they already announced, or it was leaked, I guess, that X-Men game is in the works at some point. But um, I do just find it odd that the way Wolverine's story works, you could have him doing his own separate thing without the X-Men. And then you could have him join the X-Men. Like in the comics, the X-Men were established before Wolverine. Even in the Fox movies, which aren't very accurate, X-Men are already established before he joins them. I mean, you don't need Wolverine to make the X-Men. But I get it's their own little spin on the story. As far as the only gripe I would say so far that I really have is the inclusion of Jean Grey. I am so tired of Logan and Jean having a relationship in this fucking in the X-Men, dude. Jean is so obviously with uh Cyclops that I mean, I remember being a kid watching the Fox X-Men movies and thinking like Logan was a piece of shit for always trying to get with Jean Grey. I'm like, bro, what is going on? With Logan totally messes with the dynamic of the group. And so I hope if they do it for this game, fine. But whenever we get to the full X-Men, please put her with Sky. I don't want to see her with Logan, bro. I just don't. Logan has literally been with every single female character in the fucking Marvel universe. You could put him with literally anybody else, and I would be happy. And as far as the combat goes, we'll take a little quick dive at the combat. Combat looks great so far. It's brutal. It's bloody. The only thing I guess I would have to worry about is maybe repetitiveness, but that would. I think you can fix the repetitiveness based on the mission format and how good the gameplay is. Because like I said, I'm a big fan of Devil May Cry. I've played through all the Devil May Cry games 20 times each, and I still never get bored of them. Because the combat's fun. But like people praise the X Men Origins Wolverine game so well, and I actually got that game a while back, and I actually got bored of it after about 3, 4 hours into it because the mission layout was always the same, just doing some tedious task while fighting a bunch of enemies, and you get like 2, 3 different types of attacks. And obviously, I know as you get further in the game, you unlock more abilities, but I can see why if some people think, oh, it's going to be boring. I can see where that's coming from because I've had that experience with the previous game. But I've seen a lot of people complain about a lot of dumb things, man. Like the Sentinel boss fight. Every game ever that's had a giant boss fight is nearly the same. And yes, you can dock it for creativity, but then if you're gonna shit on Wolverine for having that, then shit on every other game. Again, I hate to bring Devil May Cry back into this, but I'm a big fan of. In DMC4, you fight the savior, and he does the same shit. It's a giant fucking statue. You stand on these uh floating pieces of fucking land, and he smashes his hand down. You dodge and then hit his hand. It's the same. I mean, there's a little bit more to it than that, but it's just a standard in gaming. It's a typical trope when you're fighting a giant fucking boss. I mean, and if that's just one boss fight, it's fine, dude. It's nothing to complain about, bro. And like I said, I'm excited for it. I'm really interested to see just how difficult the game is because some of the gameplay, man, I've seen is like you kill enemies pretty easily, but like especially like the shotgun blast enemy, dude. If you actually look at the health bar, bro, you take massive damage, and you can die easily. Like there's that little scene that they released where you're fighting the guy on the bus or on the truck to show the your last stand or whatever it's called, and he gets hit 3 times and he died. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, I wonder just how difficult this game's gonna be, and um, if so, because that's one thing. I beat Spider-Man PS4 on Ultimate or Spectacular, whichever one is the hardest difficulty. And the only time I ever had a problem is like with sniper enemies because they can like one shot you some fucking times. Other than that, that Spider-Man PS4 is a pretty fucking easy game. And I would say the same goes for Spider-Man 2. The symbiotes are kind of fucking annoying. And the Kraven boss fight is actually very tough. I noticed on my second go around. But um it is interesting because when it comes to difficulty in games, I do like my games to have a challenge, but I also hate to get my ass kicked constantly. And when you're playing as Wolverine, I feel like against normal enemies, you should fucking pretty much easily be able to demolish them. But yeah, I'm really interested in how those boss fights are be. I'm a big fan. I want to see what the Omega Red boss fight is because Omega Red is somebody who I think is so fucking underutilized in X-Men that it's crazy. He has literally one of the coolest designs. I'm not gonna see it because this ain't gonna be on camera. But I have a giant Omega Red statue, right behind me, and he's has one of the coolest designs and has a cool fucking power, bro. He has the fucking I don't know if it's adamantium. I don't remember what his little tentacles are made out of, but they literally absorb the power and life force of people. What a better fucking villain for Wolverine. I mean, that's insane. But I'm super excited. Also, small fucking nitpick here, but it bugs me. In the Wolverine game, Omega Red doesn't have gloves on, which is just such a small detail, but it absolutely fucking bugs me because, like, looking at my figurine over here, he looks just so much cooler with them, and I don't know why it's something that I nitpick on, but it is. Um, and then I guess I'll get into another complaint people have is the suit regeneration, which I'm fine with the suit regenerating, because what's the point of having costumes if you're never gonna be able to see it because you're fucking torn to shreds? But I will say one thing that will have kind of bugged me about when you take damage, the suit damage is always in the same spot. You get shot, no matter where you get hit from or shot from, you always have that giant chunk missing out the back of his suit. And I've noticed that, and I'm like, I mean, I get it's fine because you want what suit damage, but it's just I guess when you see multiple clips of Wolverine in different outfits and it's always in the same spot, just a little something I noticed. But I definitely don't mind the suit regenerating. I think it's fun because I want to see Wolverine in these different cool costumes. I don't want him to be fucking shirtless the entire time. If I want him shirtless, then I would pick a shirtless option. And but I could probably rant about this game for a fucking while, dude. I'm just so excited. And I guess I will touch on the characterization of Wolverine in this. This seems to be, people say he's too lighthearted or goofy because he flips off fucking Sabretooth in one scene, bro. I think that's fine. Does the actor look like Wolverine? Not super. I mean, I think he's fine. Um, Obviously, um, there are other designs I like better. Like even like, of course, me growing up on X Men Legends and Ultimate Alliance, I think his design in that is better. Even though he's actually, I think, less hairy in those games, but I don't know, something about the hair and just the look. I don't know. Speaking of outfits, we're getting on outfits. One outfit I don't ever see anybody fucking mention because everybody wants the ultimate Wolverine, the Winter Soldier one, where the black and red one with the mask. Now I do love that outfit, and that outfit is fucking dope. Black and red are my favorite colors, and that shit is awesome. But because of how big of a fan I am of those original games, I want so bad for them to have that ultimate X-Men uniform that he has in those early X-Men Legend games. Because if we can get bro in those, if we can get bro in that, dude, we're fucking cooking, dude. That might be what I use. And honestly, dude, some of the outfits that have been leaked so far, or not leaked but announced. I think the base, I think the special forces one that you see him in the one gameplay with like the vest. I think that's actually really cool. I think it looks nice. The black and the not the black and yellow, the blue and yellow suit that Insomniac made for the original, the I guess the standard suit you start out in, I think is nice. But so far from what we've seen, the nicest suit is that brown and yellow, dude. I'm looking so forward to use that brown and yellow suit. They also announced the Deadpool and Wolverine, which I probably would have said I was going to use, but they said that the version they have on there, at least the one that we've seen so far, is the one with the sleeves, and I'm not a big fan of the sleeve look. It's so much better without the sleeves. And then I'm obviously excited for the Ultimate Wolverine. I'm not a big fan of Patch like everybody else is, or Old Man Logan. Also, Weapon X. Eh, it's cool for like a mission. Like, I feel like you could play a mission like out in the woods or in the snowy area. That's kind of. But no, you could play one of the outdoor missions and like pretend you're fucking escaped the Weapon X fucking facility, and that could be like something, I don't know. As far as the side characters, I already talked about Jean Grey a little bit. I kind of wish he wasn't here, but we also got Sabretooth, who, from what we've seen of him, is so far the best portrayal of any character that we've seen, even better than the portrayal of Wolverine in this game. Sabretooth is like spot on. The voice is great. The look is fantastic. We got Mystique, who is one of my favorite characters of all time. I guess she's a bad guy, and I guess in this, she's gonna be semi good, which is something that the Fox X Men tried to do, is make Mystique a good guy. Which I don't think Mystique should necessarily be a good guy. Um, I like it better when she's not completely bad. One thing about Mystique is she's very misunderstood. I mean, she's very selfish, and that's her biggest flaw. She's selfish and only looks out for herself. But there is definitely times where she works with other characters, and I think when she works best when, yes, she is selfish, but helps the good guys when it benefits her. And I hope they kind of utilize her that way. And she, like I said, she's one of the most coolest badass characters. So I'm just excited to see her. I think her looks pretty great. I don't like the tactical outfit we see her in that like little beginning mission we see. But I know we get her later on in like the actual white dress, and I can't wait to see that. Which, why did it take all the way to fucking Doomsday to put Mystique in that white dress, bro? Makes no fucking sense. Because that look is so iconic and so good, and they just have her fucking naked all the time. First off, you're spending so much more money on makeup because you want her to be naked. That makes no fucking sense. and that fucking dress looks so much better. It just baffles me. But anyway, I could do a whole nother video on Doomsday. I probably will, but um, yeah. And then we got Nathaniel X, which I'm gonna be honest. I'm a big X-Men guy, but I have just recently started getting into like comics, so there's a lot of stuff from the comics that I'm not super familiar on, and Mr. Sinister is actually one of them. I know who Mr. Sinister is, and I vaguely know like his intentions and stuff. Like he experiments on fucking mutants and shit like that, and he's obviously gonna be a bad guy at some point. Ultimately, man, when this game comes out, dude, I'm gonna be fucking busy. I'm gonna probably beat this game so many times. Who knows? Or it comes out and I fucking hate it. I don't know. I doubt it, but I'm super excited for this game. I'm excited for the future of more Insomniac Marvel games. People have been giving Insomniac a hard time, especially after Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 is a good game. Is it better than Spider-Man PS4? No, but it's still a good game. It's very solid. It had just problems with its story. There's no problems gameplay-wise with it, and I'm excited for whatever a future X-Men game looks like, which has me intrigued. I may do a video on this separately too, of what an X-Men Insomniac game would look like. Because obviously, when I think of an X-Men game, I instantly go to those X-Men Legends games. And I don't see Insomniac making a game like that. They'll probably do it more the lines of like I would say like the was it Square Enix that made the Guardians of the Galaxy game? I don't, but um I'm really interested in how they do that. Like if they would make it to where each mission is character based and you play as a different character, or if it would be like you choose which character you want to use for this mission. I feel like that would be really cool. But what would even be even better is if they gave the ability to swap characters. I'm going on a totally fucking rant here, but why did they remove like in the Marvel Avengers game? I know it was a live service multiplayer game, but if they just would have made it the ability to swap back and forth between the characters you chose to bring with you on your party, the game would have been makes it so much more playable, bro. So much more fun. And I wish they would have that if they make another X-Men game. But thank y'all for watching this video. I cannot wait for fucking Wolverine to come out. And I'm fucking hyped. You should be too. If you're out there hating on the internet, the fuck you doing? There's more to life than hating on video games. Um, I'm not telling you to go fucking just blow your hard-earned money on a $70 game, but y'all have a great fucking day. And peace, love, and hugs. You know who it is, it's Logan. Thank y'all for listening.